Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we're doing another silica spray comparison, testing 5 SiO2 spray sealant type products from all around the world. This week again we are looking at the kind of water-based SiO2 silica spray sealant, spray coatings they're called. Don't like the word coating being used, but there you go. Maybe even silica detail sprays. How do you want to describe them? The key thing is they are water-based versions of SiO2 that are generally very user-friendly, reasonably safe, and you can hurl them onto your car without too much considerations. However, these products are deceptively durable and have a good amount of detergent resistance. You'll find with some of them actually using these products after full polishing and prep as baseline sealants is very viable. But some of them vary with their kind of intended application all the way through to just being SiO2 kind of top-up products. So we've got to try and cover what they are and compare them so that you understand these products at the end of the test. First test, guys, Slickness. We get the old tilt table going with the brand new magic erasers and swap them all around, repeat the tests. The ones with the lowest friction, or the Slickness winners, in reverse order. In last place was the Mother's CMX. In second to last place was the Adams Ceramic Boost. In third place was the Angelwax QED. In second place was the SiRamik with a nice silky finish. And in first place was the Turtle Wax ceramic spray coating, which is kind of consistent with what I've seen before. So that is the Slickness test. Here you can see the value for money test, guys. In blue is the scaled price per litre of all these products, and in red is the actual price of the individual bottle that you see in this test. You can pause this and compare, but we're giving you the value for money in fifth down to first. Next up, guys, gloss testing. We used the Gonio photometer. The product that had the least amount of increment of average gloss and average R-spec was the Adams Ceramic Boost, giving us an average score. Take this score as a score out of 100, but it doesn't quite work like that, but for simplicity, an average score of 85 out of 100. Still decent, it's very little in these products. In next place, with an average score of 87, is the Angelwax Enigma QED. After that, with an average score of 89, was the Turtle Wax. This had very high gloss readings on the 20-degree gloss, which is what I'd seen before, but the R-spec was lower this time, so it got penalised. In fourth place was Mother's with a score of 90, roughly out of 100, and the winner with the most gloss with an average score of 91 out of 100, let's say roughly, was the SiRamik. I will overlay you the average 20-degree gloss reading that I'm reading off here and the average R-spec reading, so you can see how I've kind of calculated this. Next up, we are able to monitor the amount of haze that these products put on the panel. So a reading of 0 is no haze. A reading of 10 is a little bit of haze. It's normal to see between 2 and 6, you know, anything like that on decent clear coat. So let's just get to give you a rough kind of indicator. So in fifth place was the Adams product, which recorded an average of 10 units of haze, the Ceramic Boost. In fourth place with 9.8, virtually the same, was the Angelwax QED, Enigma QED. In third place was the Turtle Wax with 9.2. They're all kind of in the same ballpark so far. Then after that, in second place, with a good jump down of 7.6, was the SiRamik, and then in first place with 7.4, virtually the same as the SiRamik, was the Mother's ceramic spray coating. So that is the results of the haze testing. Next up, beading or hydrophobia DT. So if you like rapid water repellency, thick juicy beads, then this is the test that you're going to be interested in. Let's just go through the results, guys. You kind of know the drill. So in last place, the least hydrophobic in my opinion was the Angelwax Enigma QED. After that was the Turtle Wax ceramic spray coating. These are both slightly more sheeters than beaders. Still reasonably decent water behaviour. You know, it's going to get, you're going to see it throw the water off the car, but there's a difference. You know, this is all about the ones that have got the massive hydrophobicity. In next place was the Adams product, which is now getting into the area of hydrophobic, quite impressive hydrophobicity. And after that was the Mothers. So this had really good hydrophobic performance on application. But the winner in hydrophobicity by a considerable way actually for me, so the beading champion was the SiRamik product, which was really impressive repellency, like it's properly super hydrophobic, this stuff. Next up, durability test, guys, based on chemical resistance, hitting them with different forms of detergent. We started it off with the Garage Therapy strip wash, whacking them, that one at full whack concentration, leaving it for a few minutes, rinsing off. These are rinsable detergents. We then we upped it to IPA and water, and there's a little bit of detergent in my panel white mix as well. And towards the end, I also went over to Wonder Wheel's acid-based cleaner with a little bit of detergent in there. It's got a soapiness to it as well, and just kept hitting them. And these are the results of what I think the durability is based on chemical resistance. In last place, without a shadow of a doubt, the Mother's product, which had rapid repellency at the start, was the one that showed the most degradation, in my opinion. Well, it's pretty obvious. I keep saying in my opinion because after this it starts getting a little bit tricky. After this, in fourth place, with what I consider to be pretty impressive detergent resistance actually, so it's a bit weird it's in fourth, but we've got some other strong products here, is the Adams. It was slightly more hydrophobic than these two sheeters over here to start with, and it was slowed down a little bit more than these two other products in my opinion. In next place is the Angelwax QED. Again, a slower sheeter than these other products, but just plodded on with its same level, so it wasn't as affected as much. Again, the Turtle Wax hybrid solution, just like the Angelwax QED, bit of a sheeter, but held on to its sheeting really well. Just slightly better than the Angelwax in my opinion. All of these products, you'll get more durability, I think, if you stick an extra layer on it. Some of them even say that. The Turtle Wax now, I've had chance to play around with that. This test is just one layer of the product that's given 24 hours to cure. You will get more durability if you put 2 coats on. All of these products, with the exception of Mother's, have really good durability. But let's get through to the winner of this durability test, the one that just kept resisting these detergents and flicking the water off with that kind of really impressive super hydrophobic performance that I talked about. That's why it won the beading, was the SiRamik. Really powerful product, ridiculously durable and ridiculously hydrophobic, so that's pretty cool. Next test, a very important one, guys, is how easy are these products to work with and apply. This is a very subjective thing, and I'm going to try and give you my thinking when I go through there. In last place, I'm going to put the SiRamik ScMist. Why? It's not as watery as the other ones. When you look at it, this stuff reminds me of the Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax. You know, it's that thick, white, getting closer to a cream type product. This has been around for donkey's years as well, this stuff, guys. This is one of the original, SiO2 water-based sprays. But it's just not as loose as kind of some of these other products, and they're easier to spread, these other ones. Next, this Angelwax QED, which is more of a kind of detail spray, ceramic detail spray if you like. When I spray this onto a wet car, a bit like people say about the Turtle Wax rinse and shine product, rinse and dry or whatever it's called, when it hits the water it kind of separates all the water, and you see the beads almost forming as the product's fighting to get to the panel and kind of bond. When I then start drying it, I can almost see the footprint of the product over the top of it, and I needed to get onto that buffing. If I'd have left it there for a bit longer, or it had been hotter in the summer, I'm worried I would have seen this kind of leopard skin effect of spraying the product on the water. So I needed to get into the paint quickly on this. It is the same with a lot of ones that are designed to be used when there's water involved. So I just think you need to be careful with the Angelwax. The next one, guys, the Adams product. What did I put here? Good. I think it's, I think it's reasonably easy to apply. I don't like this little trigger on it, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit further on. But decent, above average to work with. The next one is the Turtle Wax. This feels, when you spray it out initially, and that it hits the panel and you've got the product there, it feels nice and wet and easy to move around. It's not particularly streaky in my opinion. You start to feel it stiffen up. Whenever I get that stiffening thing going on, it sounds a bit dodgy, that's usually a really good sign that the product's going to be durable. And that's the only reason I didn't put this in first place, is that I think the easiest one to work with was the Mothers, and I felt it had a really nice smooth buff, when you're just using it on a car. So my favourite to use was the CMX ceramic spray coating from Mothers. New category for this test, guys, and it is desirability. Someone else suggested in the comments that I do this category on desirability. It's like the way to describe desirability is if you looked at all these products and you didn't know anything about the brands, you didn't have any prejudice. What's the word? Prejudice. I can't remember. I'm going to struggle with that. You didn't have any prejudice. That's it. And you just looked at the bottles and said, which one would I buy on instinct? Packaging, presentation. These are my thoughts on this. In last place, the SiRamik product. For me, there's little things, I always look at them and stare at them. I never like to see it where the spray triggers don't fit the bottles properly, where they don't sleeve over the top of them and sit perfectly. I can still see that top rim there. And it's like, it does fit, it's compatible, but it's just not quite right. I don't like to see that. The branding as well, you've got kind of like a picture of a car or something underneath the logo and stuff. It's like a black and white photo. Just doesn't look quite as good, and some of the writing is so small, you can't really see it. The bottle's very small, and I don't like these little triggers. It's a bit fiddly to hold this. The companies that are selling these are going to argue that you don't use a lot, so we just give it into you in one of these bottles with the small trigger spray, but I'll talk about that in a second. So that's perhaps the least desirable, looking at all of these lovely bottles and everything, going on gut instinct. The next least desirable one for me is the Angelwax Enigma QED. Angelwax, I'm a fan of their branding, generally. I think they've got a really nice logo and they look quite good. I think there's just too much black space, and it's just the gold and black. It just doesn't look quite as nice as the next ones that I'm going to go on to. But also holding the bottle here, these tubular bottles or whatever, these cone bottles, they're widely used in the UK. But when you have this small spray thing on top, they do not feel good in the hand. They are uncomfortable to hold. Your own fingers kind of get in the way. They're just not nice bottles to use, in my opinion, when you combine them with these triggers. That's my opinion. The next one, if we go over to the Adams, I think the branding on the bottle looks nicer. The bottle's a bit smaller and it's tapered at the top, so it's slightly better to hold. You can get a better grip on the bottle. It's just slightly nicer, but I still do not like using these little tiny triggers on these types of products. I just don't like the draw that you get out of them. Okay, so you can see the reverse order. The thing they've all got in common is they've all got these, what I call cheap triggers on them with no draw. Now these companies are going to argue that they've probably put these on there deliberately because they don't want you to use too much products and stuff like that. That is fine, but I can only review stuff for how I feel. And I really, whenever I see a product, this is how I feel about it. Whenever I see a product with these spray triggers on there, I am very unlikely to ever buy it because I just think they're cheap and they're horrible to work with. That's my opinion. In second place, guys, is the Mothers CMX. This bottle to me looks great. And the trigger on it is awesome. I get a much better draw. It's a much easier bottle to hold. It can't spin round. It's just a better product, and it looks better when, I think, when you look at it, when you can compare it to these ones next to it. This looks great. The reason it's in second place and not in first place is just because the branding on the label is not quite as well done, I think, as the Turtle Wax one. It's the most desirable one for me. It's got the same trigger as the Mother's one, which is a really good trigger. And interestingly, these big companies, I don't think they would ever dare put these type of triggers on their products. I just don't think they would do it. It also comes in a good bottle that's tapered, so you can get your hand all the way around the neck of it so the bottle doesn't spin around. It's never going to slip out your hand, and you just get a better draw with it. But the reason it edges it over Mother's, if you just look at them, there's more. The label on the Turtle Wax, the branding is better. You've got an expensive textured carbon fibre net of web of protective products, some science thing, and you've got some nice colour things going on there. It looks slightly better than the Mother's to me, and if I knew nothing about any of these brands, I think I would go for that one first and that one second. Then the rest I'd go for the Adams, that one and then that one, like I said. What would you go for? That's the interesting thing. Finally, I want to go through each product so you understand it. Why would you want to buy it? Why wouldn't you? So the Adams SiRamik Boost, guys, it's come last, John. You couldn't possibly ever want to use this. This is a decent all-rounder. It's a steady eddy. Some of these SiRamik SiO2 sprays are very durable. They're full-on sealants. Some of them are almost like detail sprays, and even listed as detail sprays. We'll talk about that in a minute. This one is somewhere in the middle, where it's kind of nice and loose, and you can almost use it every wash like a detail spray, but it has deceptively good durability, which is an average level of durability for an SiO2 product, in my opinion. So it's a good all-rounder. The Adams SiRamik line, from what I've seen, is nice, and their lightweight ceramic is good. They've got all like the prep products for it and stuff like that. It's well presented. Why wouldn't you want to buy it? Well, it's expensive at £53 per litre. You're getting a smaller bottle, and you're getting one of these small triggers, which I don't like. You might also not want to buy it if you want to get a really, really durable SiO2 product that can perhaps do beyond 6 months, and you want a product that offers you a little bit more value for money, because you can effectively get close to half that price. So that's the pros and cons of the Adams SiRamik Boost. Next up, the Angelwax QED. Interesting one, this one. So I'm going to say that this is more of a detail spray than pretty obvious. It says ceramic detail spray on it. However, it has deceptively good durability because it's not very hydrophobic. You might take that durability for granted, but it seems to hold out well. You do need to be a little bit careful with the application of this. It's average with its value for money. Why would you not buy it? I know it sounds a bit silly, guys. I just really dislike these bottles. I would almost decant it into another bottle that I had, just so I can avoid this little trigger spray, especially on a detail spray product. So that's what I think of Enigma QED. Deceptively durable, reasonably priced, not a great bottle, and not very hydrophobic. So that's based on all this testing. Next up, 26 points, SiRamik ScMist. This SiRamik company have been around for donkey's years, and were, in fact, one of the first few companies to sort of delve into this silica SiO2 stuff, years before any of these guys have got into it, I think. Someone will go, no, hold on, John. I think. I thought this product, when I looked at it, let's get to the point, John. I'm doing pros and cons. Why wouldn't you buy this product? Look at the price, guys. It's £100 per litre based on the scaled price of this. That's phenomenally expensive. I mean, it's almost 4 times the cost of this other product. That would, if you're getting your wallet out, that would perhaps really, that would be a problem for me, the price point. However, and that's why it actually probably hasn't won, because it's so much more expensive than the other ones. However, this product, it talks about 10% active ingredients, so it might have 10% SiO2 in it. And it looks like, in terms of performance, in terms of durability, and repellency, this was the best performing product in this test. So it's quite simple, guys. If you're not worried about price and you are worried about performance, then this is the one to go to. Coming in second with 29 points, Mother's CMX. This was on TV when I was out in America. They're advertising this stuff on TV. It's been out for ages and a lot of the American YouTube channels have reviewed it and said that it's good stuff, you know, and I've heard good things about it. Why would you buy it? Because it's really well priced for an SiO2 spray. As well as that, it's glossy, it's easy to use. It didn't do well in the Slickness test, which was interesting because it still feels good when you actually use it on cars. So why wouldn't you buy it? Because it is the least durable of all these products. So you might be using it a little bit more often. But at that particular price point, and it comes in a great bottle, you get tons of it. I think it's a good SiO2 spray coating. Yeah, decent stuff. So hopefully you know now why you buy it and why you wouldn't. That's the strengths and weaknesses, which is very important. Next up, guys, with 30 points, one more than the Mother's, the Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions ceramic spray coatings. Why wouldn't you buy this, first of all? If you're a bead monster, guys, and you like top beads, top water repellency, then this product is not for you, in my opinion. It says insane water beading. I disagree. I think it's a sheeter and it maintains that sheeting more. This is an insane water beader. However, it says insane chemical protection. Yes, it is very resistant, this stuff, and it just keeps going and going. It is glossy, guys. It's proven to be glossy on 2 different tests now, although it was low on R spec in this one, but it actually had the most gloss increment with the 20-degree gloss. So there's lots of things going on there that are hard to always explain, but this is a glossy product. It's done well in the tilt table slickness thing again. It's done well in the durability. It comes in a good bottle and it's fairly priced. Some people are not happy that it's not as cheap as the Sealant hydrophobic wax, which Turtle Wax are giving away. That's what I've said in other videos. If you set that expectation with your customers, then you try and up the bar with the price and get more cost. You're going to attract demanding customers that will not like the fact they have to pay more, and that will upset them. So if you're upset by the fact that Turtle Wax have released a ceramic spray coating and it's £18, which is, you know, still a decent price, don't buy it, guys. It's that simple. You can just buy the cheap one for £3.50 and be as happy as Larry. That's the way I think of it. Are there too many SiO2 products on the market now? Yes. Am I going to be doing many more of these videos? Probably not. What are my overall conclusions on SiO2 spray sealants? Very good, very glossy, very slick. At first I thought they were really expensive, but now that all the big brands have gone in there, the prices have come down. They're no more expensive than normal spray waxes. Would I use them over a carnauba based spray wax? Yes, I probably would, although I still love a nice glossy spray wax in the summer or something like that. But you typically get much more detergent resistance out of the SiO2 materials. Guys, I hope that I've given you some useful information on why you would buy these products and why you wouldn't. They've all got their little reasons, and hopefully that's come across in the test. Most of you may well have tried these products. Let me know your thoughts on them, as always. Let me know what you think about these tests. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you've already done so. Bye for now.